Forrest walked over to the table, nervous about what he would say about echoes, but knowing that he had to do it fast because he secretly really had to poo. He wasn't sure if it was going to be a fart that would come out or if it would be a poo. It was just a fart. Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bauer's Game Corner?
Oh, there you two. Welcome back for another Forest Farts in the Corner.
We're back again for another Thoughts from the Corner. I'm here with my good friend Adam.
Ew.
And one of the games that I was most excited about at Gen Con, because, I have walls of games, but when things do things different. And Echo's audio mystery game, The Cocktail, well, this just does things differently. This is a game where you're going to start off with 6 of these thick, chunky things. By the way, there's going to be no spoilers in this review. I think we can talk about the game as a whole without spoiling.
Sure.
But you're going to have 6 of these to start, and then you're going to have 9 of these cards right here. And these cards are just going to be various different things. There's a bottle of vodka, there's a broken chair, there's a map. And these things are going to make a lot more sense when you take your phone or your iPad or whatever it is, and you scan it. So this isn't like Chronicles of Crime. There's no QR codes on this, and I gotta actually compliment them. I think the system they have is pretty stinking spectacular. Cool. You just take your phone over it, and it will eventually show in this little circle this little map thing right here. You tap it, and then you listen to it, about a 15 to 30 second just audio thing with voice actors and sound effects, the whole shebang. And it's really more like a puzzle that you start with, and you're putting together the puzzle, but the puzzle are chunks of audio. And then when you finally can get one of them, which would be 3 of the actual cards, next to one of these, you can test it to see if you've successfully completed a chapter, and it will tell you either you did or you didn't, and sometimes it will tell you need to move things around. And as you progress through the game, you're going to unlock more of these cards until you eventually are able to complete all 6 chapters, at which point you have to put the chapters into order, and they tell you a whole story. In this one, it was a crime noir about, Dirty Steve or something like that? Dirty Steve, who's a bad guy.
Yeah, Stevie something.
But we're not going to go into the specifics about the game, but what'd you think about this game?
I would call this an activity and not a game because there was no point system, there was no scoring, there was no game to it. It was fun, it was interesting, it was different.
I think that's fair.
But it was not a game, it was an activity.
I have no argument against that. There is nothing. I'm just trying to think if there's a way we could have done it better or could have done it worse.
Right. Well, I mean, how many times that you have to test it? Or
well, there's no fail system.
How many times that... Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're saying you do that.
They could have created...
That's so arbitrary, though. Well, I guess for people...
Yeah, it's like, oh, I remembered that. Like, how many times do I have to test the same card? Because, I mean, like, we're listening to those over and over again, Yeah, you're going to listen to some of these sound clips over and over and over again.
Okay, and I would agree. I thought, you know what? I really haven't thought about it, but it is much more of an activity. But did you have fun doing the activity? That's the question.
I did. I had fun. Not as much fun as I would playing a different game. But for what it is, it's fine.
Okay, so we're going to rank these with some other things in a minute. But I guess I'm trying to pull out some really insightful thing to say. But now that I think about it, yeah, it's just you just kind of put your camera over stuff, listen to what happens, and say, oh, that kind of feels like it went there. But I will say, I feel like you're underselling it a little bit.
Here's the thing. I never felt really clever when I was playing it. Other than when I was like, oh, that's the olive.
Oh, yeah, okay. So,
that had no...
We'll spoil it a little bit what he's talking about. We were listening to the sounds trying to figure out what drink was being made. And that was kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, it linked it together.
4 times,
you get lost in it, and it's like you don't need to know that in order to solve it, figure it out.
No. Man.
It's like it's a cool thing, but you're not being clever by figuring that out.
Okay. So I feel like you and I would both probably agree with this. Would you agree that this is a really cool idea, but you'd like to see it implemented onto more of a game?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I agree with that as well. But I think I'm a little bit higher on this than you are because I did feel clever from time to time. And I did really like when it would look like, oh, she's talking about this, which is down here, which means this is actually previous in time. And I had a couple of those moments where it's like, that was really, really neat. Now, granted,
Yeah.
I also really suck at these games super hard, whereas you do not.
Yeah.
So it's easier to make me feel clever. Like, I download it properly, and I'm like, yeah, got it. Okay, so put a number on it. Put a number on it, because, and here's the other thing you do need to know. This is, we can't really play this again.
Yeah, this is a one and done.
Well, maybe in a couple of years, but...
Yeah, you'll forget everything, but...
Yeah.
Are you going to get more out of the experience the second time?
I think you would get the same amount out of the experience.
I think you would get less.
5 years from now, you're going to play this, you're going to get less?
Yes.
Okay. How? I'm curious.
Because here's the thing. I'm not impressed by this game.
Okay.
And I would be even less impressed playing it a second time.
All right, that's fair. So put a number on it.
Because in 5 years, someone will take this idea and make a kick-ass actual game out of it.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
You know? And hey, maybe it's going to be these people. Maybe they're going to be like echoes to the game.
Oh, this is a good question. Voice acting. What'd you think about that?
Oh, they were great. Yeah, I mean, I listened to a lot of audio. They did a great job.
Okay, I thought it was hit and miss.
Oh, really?
I thought some of it was a little flat. I thought overall, I don't even think anything was distracting, but just some of the lines just felt flat. Like, I think it was a gumshoe. Like there was a couple.
Yeah,
I thought it
was fine.
So I have two questions for you. Wrap this up. First, review of the game. Second, review of the idea of what the game does. This is a new mechanism, right? Like this is a mechanism. The audio game, audio mystery game. I suppose it's been done before, but it's they're bringing it back. So rank those two differently. So first, what do you think about what you're doing in this game, and then second, the game itself?
So for the idea, you're listening to something, trying to figure something out. Yeah, maybe that like a 6.5.
So you're not even the hottest on that idea in general.
Not really.
Okay, all right.
Because okay,
do it. Just say it.
so it's like, say you were hearing impaired, or you're like, there's nothing for you in this, right? There's a lot of people that or
that's solid. Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, there's different things that people just don't pick up on, and it's like, oh well, this game isn't for them. Or if there's you're in a noisy space. I did not do this at Gen Con because I was like, I'm not going to sit in a busy convention hall and try and play an audio game.
It was in a very
right?
dark... Did you see where it was?
No.
It was like in a super dark, like completely lights off room they had set to the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hadn't thought about that point. I feel like those are kind of nitpicks, though.
Yeah,
like,
well,
if you're in a super loud... If you're in an airport... Or if you're
like,
deaf, like, this is not going to be a game for you.
Or if people are talking, you got a group of people here that are trying to do this, and these two talking over here, you're trying to listen to a thing. Or you've listened to that thing 4 times, he just doesn't remember it, so now you got to listen to it again, right?
Okay, that's a very good point, because it did get a couple times annoying, where you're like, listen to this again. I'm like, damn it. And I'm sure you did it when I did it, where it was like, damn it, why would we listen to this again?
It's like, because you remember different ones, and you're like, oh, that's the one that this happened, that's the one. So
you're home on the idea.
Right. And as this game, I would give it a 4, honestly.
Ow!
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
I'm a little bit higher on this game, but then again, I really love this idea. And I love when a game can give me a feeling or do something different and unique. No matter what, I always just applaud when I play a game and I'm like, all right, this isn't like anything else on the shelf. And right now, this is not like anything else on my shelf except for the other one, the dancer one. So I'm going to rank the idea itself at 8. I honestly love this. I would love to just jam out on like a really thick, meaty one of these where there's just tons of audio things thrown in there, but I would like some cards as well. So I'm more pre-inclined to like this. Now, the actual implementation of the game itself, I think the app could be a bit more user-friendly. For one thing, when I first played it, I didn't realize you were actually supposed to scan the things because I'm an idiot. And so I had my iPad down here just to listen to the music because that's like typically what I do for like exit games. I just sit it right here. And I was, so that's more of me being a moron. Let's just keep going on. But the game itself, activity itself, I would say it's You got to take price into comparison too. It's cheap.
Would you say it's $10?
I think it's probably $10 to $20, somewhere in that range. So as a date night style thing, you go, you have some food, you get this. I think I like this. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's good. I think there's a good, fun activity. I think it's definitely more aimed at people on the lighter side, because as you mentioned, it's not a game, really. But yeah, I enjoyed it. And I'm excited to play the next one. I'm excited to play the future ones, but I agree with you. I want more out of it.
And I wonder, like this is a standalone thing, right? And the other one's a standalone thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if in the future you'll be able to like put this one, like certain ones from this one and that one together and create a whole new different thing and get that.
Even if you just reuse them, yeah, that'd be great.
It doesn't seem like that's the route that they're going, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh wait, they're numbered on the side. Let's see. Oh, so this
these...
is 1. That's 2. Yeah, I don't think they. Well, maybe
like
in the
the
future.
cards aren't labeled in any way, so like you'd have to find the pictures of them. But
well, no, how it works, I'm pretty sure.
Normally, when it's something like that, it's like take cards 70, 29, 35, 82, and put those all together, and that's like you're building a new deck, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, this is a one-shot thing. I don't know. I'm not big on it.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I think it needs some improvement, but I still like the general idea, and I love when people do different things. So in the end, Echoes, the mystery game, the cocktail, we're torn on it. Neither of us think it's amazing, but I think the idea is pretty damn good. But what do you think in the comments down below? Do you think this could be a whole genre that just like, I want to see a 3-hour thick meaty Euro? You know what? I want to see this interweaved into the game. Like, when we play like Sherlock Holmes the Detective one?
Yeah.
I'd like it if you could just pick up bits and pieces. I think audio should be used more in games, period. I just think it's a sense that we don't use enough. Well, I mean in games. We use it all the time. But let me know in the comments below here we go. In the comments below, let me know what game would you like to see have audio cues built into it.
Ooh.
So what's going to have audio?
What would benefit from an audio?
Well, I imagine you're going to go for gameplay, right?
Right.
I think I just want Twilight Imperium. I want Twilight Imperium where every race has its own separate. Like, I just want it to be more like
different voices for everything.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
That could be cool.
A lot of work.
Oh man, I have no idea on that one.
Just say Orleans.
Orleans. Every time you get a red guy, you go, "Hoo-yah!" Like, you scan it.
Fast and Furious. If you go to the Fast and Furious game, get the Rurs.
Yeah. That would get irritating.
That's pretty hard. Quick. That would. That's a hard question.
Man, that is a really hard question. Why do you ask hard questions?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do a lot of things.
Dead of Winter, that doesn't have audio. That would be good.
Yeah.
Read all the cards.
Let us know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Oh, reading cards. Oh, Jesus. What game could really use 7th Continent? I want a 7th Continent.